Joining me now is Oklahoma Senator, Mr. James Lankford, great state of Oklahoma. Healthcare, Mr. Lankford. There are all kinds of things. Republicans don't understand healthcare, and it's going to be a standoff, and we're going to have another shutdown in a month or two. What do you make of it, sir?
Yeah, well, we have a whole set of different ideas that are coming out. Democrats want to continue to be able to pour more and more money into insurance companies through Obamacare and to say, I promise it'll work, just give us more billions of dollars and we'll make it work, we'll make it work. Americans have seen it does not work. Republicans have been very simple on this. We want to be able to give more authority for individuals to be able to make their own decisions, for people to be able to gather together in small businesses, to be able to have risk pools together, to be able to have more opportunity that they get a chance to be able to make a decision rather than government in D.C. This is the most classic side-by-side. Does D.C. need to run your life, or do you need to run your life kind of illustration is what you see in the healthcare proposals that are sitting out right now.
Well, I can understand that if you were in a reconciliation position. But this is a continuing resolution. This is an appropriation bill. So the Democrats want to spend more and more money, the COVID money, all the bonus money. Republicans are going to say no?
Well, right now we have said no on this. What Democrats have put in place back during COVID was they want to do what they listed at that time was an emergency medical crisis for COVID money to be able to put towards insurance companies towards that 20 million, at that time 10 million Americans that were getting those subsidies. They found a way to double that number in 4 years under the Biden administration, double the number of people getting Obamacare subsidies. And now that multi-billion-dollar thing that works so well for them, they want to keep going on that and try to double that again. The cost to the taxpayer is enormous on this, but they basically set up this whole failed process to try to be able to prop up Obamacare. Listen, in my state, you want facts on different things? In my state, we looked at a 6-year snapshot. How much did the cost of the Obamacare marketplace go up? How much did the cost of commercial insurance went up? It went up 200% in Obamacare. It went up 29% in commercial insurance. Obamacare structurally has a major problem, and they're trying to cover it with more and more subsidies to be able to cover it up, but it has major problems.
We have a full screen chart. I hope we can run it. This is about transparency and accountability. There's not enough transparency in healthcare.
Right.
And it shows you, you try to buy here. Here comes the, I believe that's the chart. If you take an MRI, you don't know what the payment is. Different insurance companies have different payments. You take a colonoscopy, who knows what it is. One insurance company says it's $2,300. Another one says it's $9,600. Hip replacements. One says it's $17,000. Another one says it's $62,000. And that kind of transparency, you know, Art Lafford talks about that. Can you ever get why don't they have a price menu? You know, if it's a steak or lamb chops or a shrimp cocktail, why can't they do the same thing for these medical procedures?
Yeah, well, let me, it sounds like you're going to good places to eat there, by the way, because most of us are doing fried chicken and hamburgers on that, trying to compare prices on it. But I would say the hard part about transparency is you can get transparency, but if your insurance company is covering it, you don't care what the cost is. If you've got no skin in the game, you don't actually go farm out and go look for different prices and try to get comparisons on this. So part of the issue that we've got to get back in this is not just transparency, but the opportunity to say, hey, I do better if I actually get a better price, just like we do for everything else in our lives.
Senator, I'm going to apologize because not for medical procedures, but we're running very short today. So I got to jump out. There's much more to discuss about this whole story. I still believe reconciliation is your best friend for health care reform, but we can talk about that. Please give me a pass. I got to jump out. Senator James Lankford of the great state of Oklahoma. We appreciate it, sir, very much. All right, folks.